So yeah, this is all about describing the graphs of linear equations. The equations here are a little bit complicated, so it's probably easier if we simplify it a bit. So the basic linear equation is y equals mx plus c. So when you arrange a linear equation in this format, the m is the slope, which can be positive or negative. So if it's positive, the line will be like that on the graph. If it's negative, if this number is negative number, the line will be like that. Okay, and C gives you the y-intercept of the graph.
What is y-intercept?
I'll show you. So if we draw a graph here, x and y, and all x and y are we substituting different numbers. If we substitute in a different number for x, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we put in different numbers for x, 1, 2, 3, 4, it will give us a different number for y. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should go a bit more. 6, 7. And we can have negative as well, but we won't do negative yet, but it can go either way. So if we make this equation a simple equation, so for example, y equals 2x plus 2, we already know, without even plotting the graph, we know that because 2 is positive, so it's plus 2, the gradient will look like that. So it'll be an increasing from left to right. If the number was minus 2, it would be a negative gradient, and it would decrease from left to right.
Minus is negative 2.
So we will plot a graph, and when we'll see. Okay, so if we plot this graph, we want to substitute all the numbers for x. So we'll start with 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so if we substitute x as 0, so first x equals 0. Okay, so then we write it like this: y equals 0 times x. Oh, sorry. Y equals, wrong way around. Sorry, y equals 2 times 0. Okay, plus 2. So x equals 0. So y equals 2x plus 2. X equals 0. So we've just put in 0 as x.
Okay.
So y equals 0 plus 2. So we've solved it for y. If x is 0, y equals 2. So we'll plot that on the graph. X is 0, y equals 2. So we'll put a point there. So now we'll substitute x equals 1. So then we can write y equals 2 times 1 plus 2. So y equals 2 plus 2, because 2 times 1 is 2. Y equals 2 plus 2 equals 4. So when x equals 1, y equals 4. So 1, x equals 1, y equals 4. Easier with graph paper. And already you can see it's an increasing number here. Looks like it's increasing.
So where did you get this one, babe?
X equals 1. So we're substituting x equals 0, x equals 1, x equals 2, x equals 3. So x can be any number. Okay, so in our equation here, we've written our equation. Y equals 2x plus 2. Okay, and that's 2x, not 2, that's 2x. So it's really saying y equals 2 times what plus 2. So
Okay.
2 times what? So x can be anything. X can be 0, 1, 2, 3. So any number we put in here will give us a number for y. Okay, so I'm just putting in 1, then I'm putting in 2, then I'm putting in 3, and seeing what we get for y. And as we do that, we'll plot our points. So x equals 1, y equals 4. X equals 0, y equals 2. So let's try and do this for x equals, we've done 0, we've done x equals 1, let's do x equals 2. X equals 2. So our equation again is y equals 2x plus 2. And we want to find out what y equals when x equals 2. So y equals 2 times 2 plus 2. Y equals 2 times 2 equals 4 plus 2. So y equals 6. Okay, so then we can go to our graph. When x equals 2, y equals 6. X equals 2, y equals 6. And again, see, we're getting that line increasing from left to right, a straight line, which is what we predicted from before, because this number here, whatever this number is, predicts the slope, and this number here predicts the y-intercept. So that's where the line intercepts the y-axis. So in this case, we've predicted y equals 2x plus 2. Plus 2 will be the y-intercept. And when we look at our graph, that's where plus 2 is.
So it's easier if we have the graph paper.
Okay, so we can go quickly. Let's just do x equals 3. So x equals 3. Y equals 2 times 3 plus 2. Y equals 2 times 3 is 6 plus 2. Y equals 6 plus 2 equals 8. So when x equals 3, y equals 8. So we go to a graph. X equals 3, go up. So we'll have to add one more, 8. Come across to 3, we need to okay, so then we can draw a line through that. We get a straight line. So to explain why C gives you your y-intercept, it's because whenever you substitute in x equals 0, what we'll get in any equation with this formula, y equals, so ours is what we're using now, 2x plus 2. Whenever we put 0 in here, 2 times 0 is always going to be 0. So it's always going to be 0 plus 2. So y equals 0 plus 2, it's always going to equal this number on the end. That's why this number on the end is always going to be the intercept on the graph here. Because 0 plus a number is just the number. All right, so that's how we work out the gradient. Your equations here are more complicated than that, though, on your sheet here. So what we've got here, we've got, say, this equation